Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So this video is going to be kind of a sketchbook tour of my Inktober 2023 drawings, and I will also talk about the whole Inktober process itself. So which materials did I use and why, which prompts I liked and disliked, what was different than last time, and will I do it again? So stay tuned for that. And if you don't want to hear me talking at all and just want to see the drawings, that's completely fine. I will also post a non-talking sketchbook flip through, and put it also in the description box below for you to check out if you want to. And with that being said, let's get into it. For this year, I chose a spiral mixed media book of the brand Canson in A4 and cut it in half by hand to get the A5 format. Here you can see the watercolor version of it, since I painted the cover of the other one, but the quality and thickness is quite the same. The paper was 300 gram, which meant that I definitely had the option to not only work with pens and fineliners, but also with fluid ink or water to create some ink washes, and that really came in handy. Since this cold-pressed paper had a rough texture, I decided to use the backside of the sheets. It was still a bit textured, but not as much as on the front, and therefore it was easier to draw with a fineliner on it. For drawing, I mainly used these two pens. An office liner from Edding for the thinner lines, and a pen from Stabilo for the thicker lines and for filling bigger areas. I especially used pens that would be non-waterproof so that I can go over it after the first drawing process and create the nice ink washes. Another material I used and learned to love was this golden ink from Winsor & Newton that I also used here on the front of the book. At first I wanted to draw only in black and white since my last Inktober from 2021 was so colorful, but then I came across the prompt golden and tried this golden ink. I liked it so much that I decided to include it in some of the other prompts as well. Overall, I'm pretty happy with all these material choices. This is now a really nice filled sketchbook. I decided to use a book so that I would have all 31 drawings at one place. And that's also due to the fact that I decided to not create actual finished artworks this time, but use this opportunity to explore these as concept sketches. I'm always amazed by the people who manage to create finished drawings in one day and that for a whole month. Because I'm a person who needs and wants to take the time to finish an artwork, especially if it's one I really like. Then I don't want to rush it. An art challenge like Inktober also brings a lot of benefits with it anyway, whether you sketch or create finished drawings. It's good for getting in the habit of drawing every day and put your ideas onto paper quickly. I'm a person who has tons of ideas of what she wants to draw, but has problems to decide which ones to pursue and then also stick to the one you chose until it's actually finished, because I'm worried I'd forget all the other ideas or that another idea maybe could have been better. So the concept of not only writing ideas down, but to already create some kind of mini sketch painting helps me with that process. Because I put that idea out on paper. It's there. I don't have to keep it in my head anymore, and I already did a first composition to see if it might work. That's great. I mean, that's more or less the whole point of sketching. And during Inktober, I also set myself a time limit of 30 minutes each time. Sometimes when you sketch out an idea again and again, but never finish it or declare done, you can't move on to the actual painting stage. That way, you might get bored of an actually great idea if you stay in the sketching phase for too long. So setting yourself a time limit can help sometimes with that. I would look up a prompt and think about it for a few minutes and then went to drawing it straight away. Somehow the thought of, okay, you have 30 minutes to come up with an idea and then create a concept of that, not longer, and be done with it. Sounds stressful at first, but most of the time it was also kind of relaxing because I knew that the end result wasn't supposed to be perfect. It was supposed to bring an idea to life and then see where it leads afterwards. And it lifted the weight off my shoulder to create a beautiful finished artwork every day and just go with the flow. And now that I'm finished with the challenge, I can look through these ideas and pick the ones I find most interesting and fitting for some paintings. Which leads me actually to the next point, which would be, Which prompts did I enjoy or dislike the most? I thought about this for a while, and my first theory was that I liked the prompts that you could interpret in many different ways and are a bit more abstract more than the ones that were pretty straightforward. But then I realized that it wasn't that easy. Spider, for example, was a prompt that was pretty straightforward and I loved it, while massive was a lot more abstract, but I found it very hard to come up with an idea for this one. So I guess it's really just a personal preference. Working with prompts was a very fun experience. I haven't done it before and it forced me to get out of my comfort zone and draw things or think about concepts I wouldn't usually do. So that was pretty nice. Here you can see the prompts and concepts I picked as inspiration for potential painting concepts. That doesn't mean that the other ones are off the table, it just means that I probably won't follow these prompts right now, but maybe in the future. So let me know in the comments if you have a preference or a favorite prompt. I would love to know that. Would I do it again? Yes, probably. I mean, I love Inktober, I love ink, so if time allows it, I'll definitely do it again next year. And at the end, I just want to say that Inktober is just a great art challenge that you can really make your own if you want to. It's just important to not stress yourself out about it too much, especially when it comes to time management. I think at some point I also fell behind a few days, but managed to catch up to it at the end. But I want to say that it absolutely doesn't matter when or if you finish the challenge at all. It's absolutely no problem if you need more time or finish in November or December or whenever you want, actually. If you just want to try it out or just do half of it, it's completely fine and totally up to you. And with that being said, I hope this video was kind of inspiring and motivating for you to try it yourself next year. So see you all in the next video. Bye!